Hello, I am Kristin, and welcome to my channel on healing my body and mind through nutrition and exercise. Welcome back if you've been following along, and welcome if you are new. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, and follow along. I love to hear your comments, so comment below and let me know what you think about this video or where you are on your journey. So I did 100 days of carnivore. I went a little over 2 weeks going more animal-based, reintroducing fruits a few days at a time. You can check out my videos on how I did that. But I started to get a reaction towards certain fruits, inflammation in my hands, having the palms of my hands here hurting again, and also anxiety. So I stopped for a while. I tried a specific fruit again. It was pineapple, and learned that I just cannot eat pineapple. There's something about pineapple that triggers my inflammation and my anxiety. And so it was just a no-go. So after that, I went back to eating just beef and animal products. And then I've dabbled in between having a little bit of fruit. So the other day I had mango because it is mango season and I absolutely love mango. And I noticed a little bit of anxiousness the next day. So I just feel like it's just connecting those dots and realizing that maybe fruit just isn't going to work for me 100%, which I really, really hate, because I know that a lot of you hardcore carnivores will say that you don't need fruit. And yes, maybe you don't, but I just enjoy it. I enjoy having fruit every once in a while, especially now in the summertime, like a good watermelon or some peaches. The other day I bought like these fresh peaches and they were absolutely delicious. I didn't have a problem with the peach, although I only had a few bites. So I seem to be okay if I have maybe just a few bites and limit my intake and not having it every single day, which I normally don't want to have it every single day anyways. I've never been the type of person to want fruit every single day. So I don't know. I'm just kind of playing with it and seeing how my body reacts, how I feel, and how I'm doing, and keeping note about that. So recently, I have been trying to see how I react with raw honey, and I seem to be okay with raw honey. I haven't seen any changes. My anxiety levels are still so much better than when I started carnivore. I would have anxiety every single day. And when I say every single day, I'm not kidding. It was like every day, almost all day long, just spouts of anxiety throughout the day and just feeling shitty. And so I realized that even on the carnivore journey, my anxiety has not gone away 100%, although it has gotten a lot better. I still find times where I get anxious over things. And I think it's just life, just things in general that cause me to be anxious. It could just be my personality, the way that I take things, the way that I handle things. And so that's something that I definitely am still slowly working on. I'm triggered very easily, where I get frustrated and kind of get irritable. And so that has not gone away completely. And so I'm thinking lately that maybe I need to go back to just full carnivore for maybe 30 days and not have any type of animal products. Like every once in a blue moon, I'll have avocado. It's not often, but I will. The fruit and the raw honey, there's only things that I've implemented here and there, and it's not an everyday thing. So, but just try to do like 30 days of red meat now that I've gotten accustomed to just eating more red meat. The only other thing that I probably implement mostly is seafood. I do like to have, like yesterday, I had my filet with a couple pieces of shrimp, and I do have my dairy. So I don't know. If you've been in this journey for a long time, what do you think? What do you think? Where should I go? Should I try 30 days of just red meat, salt, and eggs? Can I get through 30 days of just that? I really do love my cheeses, or maybe just implement a little bit of cheese and see. The struggle is real, y'all. The struggle is real. So, if you know my journey, you know that I started the carnivore journey because I had depression, I had anxiety, I had fatigue, I had brain fog, I had inflammation, I have thyroid issues and microscopic colitis, and the list goes on. And so I took a step back and I said, I need to stop eating this balanced diet that we all talk about and I preached about, because I'm a wellness coach and we have nutrition programs where it's like veggies first and drink your water and um, containers. And although that can work for some people on losing weight, I am not talking about just losing weight. I'm talking about overall health. People who are struggling with anxiety and depression, fatigue, brain fog, right? As a mom of 3, I needed to get that lifted off my shoulders, lifted off my brain. And I needed the clarity. I needed the energy. I needed to not want to cry every single day and have that anxiety every single day. And since starting carnivore, it has been a true, true blessing for me. And I would love to know if that is something that you've been through and has it helped you. So now that I am 190 days in this journey, a little over 6 months, I can truly say that carnivore has been a blessing. And I want to just say to you, if you're listening, if you are struggling, whether it's depression, anxiety, or some type of other health issue, diabetes, or autoimmune diseases. There are so many things out there, right? And your doctor is just pushing medications, or your doctor just can't figure out exactly what is going on with you, and you kind of have some results, but they're still not sure. And it's just been months and months, or even years, because I struggled through depression for about 8 years. And I struggled through anxiety for like since I was little, off and on, but more so after having my first baby. So for at least 8 years of constant anxiety. And the inflammation started, and the thyroid issue started, and the gut issue started. And the doctors just kind of brushed it off. Or for my thyroid, I did get on medication. And for everything else, it was just kind of like, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do. And you can just take medication if like your colitis triggers. You can take Imodium, or we can put you on a medication that has steroids. Those were the options. The depression and anxiety was told that that was absolutely normal after having a baby, that we get postpartum anxiety. And that's just normal. It's not normal. So we need to, the doctors, if you're a doctor, you need to stop saying that, because it's not normal. Because it happens to women does not make it normal. It means that we need to figure out what is going on with that person's body, that person's chemistry, and what can we do to make it better. And these doctors are not doing that. It's either, here, take this medication for anxiety, take this medication for depression, take this medication for your diabetes, take this medication for your colitis, take this right? Do you see a pattern? So if you're struggling and you have not figured it out, and you still feel like shit, and you're still eating this balanced diet, and you're eating cereals, and you're eating things with seed oils, and you're eating processed junk, and oh, it's just a little bit of chocolate that has soy lecithin, but it's just a little bit, it's just a bite. That little bit can trigger whatever it is that you're feeling. That little bit can cause your anxiety. That little bit can make you feel like shit. And I'll tell you that it's that little bit because I had this little bite of croqueta. I am not kidding. That is fried probably in canola oil, some type of seed oil. And it triggered my anxiety for 2 days. So when somebody says it's just a little bit, yeah, it upsets me. Because get it through your head. I don't know how else to tell you. Research. Look at testimonials. Look at people who are on a carnivore diet, or at the very least an animal-based diet, and see what it has helped them with and why they started this diet. Everybody that I see that has started a carnivore diet has not been to just lose weight. It has been because they have an autoimmune disease, eczema, flare-ups, depression, anxiety. These are the people who are starting the carnivore diet. And people want to argue that the carnivore diet is not good for you, and that it's going to kill you, and it's going to do all these bad things. But I have to look at what people are saying. I have to look, and yes, I'm listening to the people who are doing the research studies and talking about the research studies. But so far, it seems to me, on my personal opinion, that a lot of these studies are not fully complete. A lot of these studies that want to tell you that red meat is bad for you is not taking into consideration that a lot of the people who are eating these red meats are eating processed foods just as burgers and french fries and all the crap with the seed oils and just junk with dyes and things that are just not good for your body. And so ask yourself today, right now, take a deep breath in, let it out, and ask yourself, do I want to feel like this for the rest of my life? How are you feeling right now? Let's take a moment to think about that. How am I feeling right now? And is this how I want to feel for the rest of my life? Because I want to eat the donuts, because I want to eat the pasta, because I want to eat the pizzas, because I want to eat the burgers and the fries. Is it worth it? Only you can answer that for you. It was hard for me to be open-minded and to really be like, I'm going to try this carnivore diet. I knew about the carnivore diet a few years ago. And my husband had been telling me to at least do keto because he's heard that it helps with depression. And I was just like, I love my pasta and I love my chocolate. And there's things that you can do to still be able to eat some foods. There are chocolates with no added sugar and stuff. I've yet to find a really good one. If you know of one, please comment below. I still do miss my chocolate. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to miss it. But is it worth me feeling depressed? Is it worth me crying over absolutely nothing because I just felt sad? Is it worth having anxiety every single day? Is it worth falling asleep at midday and not having the energy to be with my kids? Is it worth it? Not to me, because I found the carnivore diet and I finally said yes. I finally opened my mind. I finally read about it. I looked into videos of people talking about it. I looked into testimonials. How are people feeling? And I think that no matter what other people's opinions are, you have to find what works for you. And at the very least, I always tell people, at the very least, try carnivore as an elimination diet. At the very least, 60, 90 days, an elimination diet, just to see how you feel, just to see if whatever it is you have gets a little bit better, or maybe even goes away completely within those 60 to 90 days. What is 60 to 90 days compared to you living the way you are for years, 20, 30 years, 40, if you have them, right? Because if you're really sick and you're eating all of this stuff, your lifespan is probably going to go down on top of it all. And do you want to live feeling like shit? So continue to ask yourself that question. And until the day that you hit your rock bottom, it's to the day that you realize, I do not want to live like this anymore. It's the day that you decide, I am going to fight for me. It's the day that you say, my health matters. I matter. And I am tired of being tired. And those are all the things that I said. Because I lived it. Because I'm still living it. Because I'm still healing. Right? At the beginning of this video, I talked about how I still get anxious. I still get irritable. There's still things that I'm working on. But I feel so much better going on carnivore than I have ever felt in the last 8 years of where I did the container system, where I did veggies first, where I did a gut protocol program, where it cut out gluten and dairy and legumes, I believe. And it wasn't until I started carnivore. And it did not happen overnight, because you can go back and check my videos. I almost quit like 30 times. And when I say 30 times, it probably actually was like 100 times, because I said it more than once a day. Every day for the first 30 days, I was like, this shit is not really working. I don't know if it's working. Maybe it's working a little. Then the next day it wasn't working. And I might as well eat my pasta if I'm going to feel like this. And I just want to quit. And I feel like shit. And why am I not getting better when people have said that they do this for a week or two and they just don't have any more anxiety and they have all this energy and I didn't? It's because this journey is not linear. This journey is not a one size fits all. This journey is everybody is different. So what might work for one person may not work for me. Just like this, carnivore, maybe it's not your thing. Maybe you need to go more animal based. I don't know. You don't know until you do it. And that's where I'm at. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see what works. I'm trying to see where I'm at. But until you take that day to say, this is when I'm going to start, and I'm going to do it for this amount of time just to start to see how I feel, your life is not going to change. And so I decided back in October, when my husband decided to start carnivore, that I was going to slowly transition. And on January 1st of this year, my first New Year's resolution I have ever completed, I swear, I was going to do carnivore for 30 days. And when I started to reach the 30 days and I started to feel better, but it wasn't 100%, I said, you know what? And I was constantly doing research and listening to videos while I was doing carnivore, and I was sharing with you my journey and my story. I said, okay, I'm going to do 60 days. And when I got close to 60 days, I said, well, I've been reading and hearing that you should do at least 90. So I did 90. But I wanted to round it up, so I did 100. 100 days of full carnivore. And then, like I said, reintroduction, back to carnivore, dabbled in, mostly carnivore. So I'm a carnivore-ish, if you want to say, because I am recently adding the raw honey and seeing how I feel, doing my carnivore pancakes, which are absolutely delicious. You can find that recipe on A Girl's Kitchen. I just posted it recently, and you can find that in the description as well. And you can find the honey that I use in the description as well on my Amazon link. So I would love to hear from you. If you're new and you're thinking about carnivore, let me know in the comments below. When are you starting? Are you tired of feeling like shit? And are you going to try the carnivore diet? And if you need a little bit of help along the way, please comment, follow me on my Instagram, DM me. I would love to help and guide you along the way. Again, I am not a nutritionist or a doctor. This is just my journey, but I can help in what I know worked for me, and at the very least, give you the accountability that you need to push forward. I hope that you have a blessed day. I hope that this video helped. I hoped that I open your eyes just a little bit. And in the description, you can find the doctors that I like to listen to and who are more experts in this field. And you can check out those videos on their pages as well if you want a little bit more educational information. Mine was just a rant on how you should start, why you should start, why I did it, and why I think you should do it. So get on that carnivore train with me. Come to the good side, and I will see you again tomorrow.